What's up, listeners? This is Jemmy with Curve the Cube, your South Florida arts, entertainment, and media podcast, brought to you by Flintstone Media. And on this, the 14th episode, we have DJ John Hitta! DJ John Hitta is a South Florida-based EDM DJ who just kills it when it comes to mixes. Anytime you hear a music bed on this podcast, chances are it's DJ John Hitta's work. He's awesome. He's worked with some incredible Florida legends in radio, and he's done some awesome DJing, and he has tracks out there on SoundCloud. He's on Reverb Nation #1 in Orlando right now, and probably forever because he's that amazing. He also is on iTunes, and you need to go check him out. He's going to be booking some shows, so stay tuned to all his social media to find out exactly when and where he's going to be live, because he's booking shows right now for 2015. And also, speaking of booking shows, he is currently in the running for Hard Rock Rising 2015, which will be held in Barcelona, Spain. And he is one of the contestants for this local area, and if he gets enough votes, i.e. go to the link in the bio, click vote, and you will vote and help send this South Florida DJ to the next leg of the competition, and then off to Barcelona. And he'll get to represent South Florida, and it'll be awesome. He's an incredible EDM artist like no other. He calls himself the Extraterrestrial DJ because his music, his performance, his look, all of it is just out of this world. This cat puts on an amazing, amazing show. So yeah, go check out his EDM tracks. They will not disappoint you, and have fun with this podcast. This is DJ John Hitta. Oh, I should also mention that due to scheduling conflicts, we had to do this podcast over the phone, and those aren't always my favorite ways to do it, but you know, a busy guy's a busy guy, so we did it over the phone. So if it sounds a little weird, and you'll hear it's kind of cut out at the end, but it's okay. He still gives some really awesome stuff in this podcast, and you're really gonna love it. So podcast number 14, Curve the Cube with DJ John Hitta. Enjoy. Curve the Cube will now initiate.
John. Hello?
Did you hear my name? Yeah, did you hear my name?
I'm so sorry about that. No, I just heard, hello, I'm here, and then, and Jason happened to call, like, right as I was waiting for you. Oh, my gosh, what a nightmare. So I'm explaining bitching to him. I'm bitching to him about how this stupid thing hasn't worked 2 days in a row, and then it connects us.
Yo, it was funny because it asked for a name, so I'm like,
I didn't even hear that. Oh, I wish I had heard it. No, that totally didn't even come through. Well, that blows. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm fine. I'm sorry about all these technical difficulties. Seriously, I don't know why that was happening, why we couldn't connect, but I'm glad we finally did. My goodness.
You know, if this was my home planet, we wouldn't have these problems.
I know, right? We need to start podcasting from your home planet, and things will go a lot smoother.
Exactly.
So let's introduce you to our podcast audience. This is DJ John Hitta on the line, and you are an EDM DJ and producer. And I wanted to know what's between the different, the different types of EDM. Some say house, some say trance. You can call it rave. Like, what do you most closely identify with?
That's a good question. I pretty much identify myself with progressive, more along the lines of, I would even say more along the line with glitch. It's not the traditional sound that you would probably hear on the radio. It's more along the lines of just taking different sounds and making the crowd feel something with the music. So, yeah, progressive would be definitely something I identify myself with. But EDM just has so many broad spectrums to, really fall into. So yeah. So I like the term EDM because for years people couldn't, cipher the twos. Like, okay, EDM, techno, trance, rave, what is it, So everybody thought it was just the typical boots and pants beat. but it's really not. You know, it's like you got deep house, which is more along the lines of dark, and it's deep, and it sounds, and it takes you on this journey. But then you have along the lines of house music, which is more along the lines of, you know, it takes you on a happy feel. It gets you moving. You know, so it's all kind of different things of EDM. EDM is like the Catholic Church. so,
it changes depending on who you're talking to.
Exactly, you know, exactly. But one thing remains the same. It's the fact that people love good music. As long as the crowd is moving, I'm a happy person, and I'm gonna give them what they want.
What makes your style unique?
That's a good question. Basically, I try not, you know, first of all, I try not to listen to what's on the radio too much. I'm not really a avid radio listener when it comes down to, because I respect everybody's, but I like to have my own influence. And sometimes, you know, I sit and I get these ideas, or I hear these sounds in my head, and I have to get them out. So when I listen to artists like Dead Mouse, who is one of my all-time favorite artists, I really have mad respect for him, because, you know, he's the type of artist who really do not care where he's categorized. He does not care about, you know, being a stereotypical, you know, high, you know, grossing paid DJ. He's all about a live, you know, show. He's way beyond a button pusher, as he says. And I just love listening to his sound, because every song that comes out, it is so unique, and it's different sounds that people are not even experimenting with. So I have mad respect for that. So what that has encouraged me to do is not care about what everybody else is doing, but more along the lines of just being myself and do what makes me happy. And if I'm happy, of course you're going to hear it through my music. And one thing what happens when it's brought out through the music, people are going to really, really, truly enjoy what they hear. And that's one of my biggest things. I love seeing a crowd move, and that's my favorite thing to see.
Well, that leads me to my next question. What is your performance style? What makes your performance style unique?
Well, you know, I'm a showman. I like being a showman. Basically, you know, my performance style is on the lines of, you know, theatrics, you know, just giving the crowd something to really, like, giving them the shock and awe. That's what I like to call it. From, you know, using, from just, you know, depending on, you know, what the crowd is looking for. You know, we could go from just, like, some weird things happening with crazy lights and lasers and stuff like that to, you know, the illusion of anti-gravity on stage, you know, to just so many different things. And, again, that just, you know, all adds into giving the crowd a great show, and giving them and just surprising them with that element of not just giving you good music, but giving you the whole illusion of just being whisked away to a different place, you know. My style, you know, so my style of performance is along the lines of just, you know, between the mask, between the lights, between the music, it's just really just giving you a show. I want you to, by the time you have, you know, experienced my set, I want you to walk out of there like the music was great, but I don't even know what the hell just happened up in there, man. Like, it was just, like, you know, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the drinks. I don't know what it was, but, dude, that was awesome. So
you like them to see something they've never seen before.
Exactly. I want, you know what? That's how it was when I first saw David Copperfield. You know, I'm a huge David Copperfield fan.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you brought up David Copperfield. That's so awesome. I'll tell you why when you minute.
Please tell me. I love David Copperfield.
When I was a kid, you know, I think that was probably in his heyday when he was really coming on and doing those big illusions, like making things disappear. I think like the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that, when he was doing these big illusions. And I remember there was this one show he did, a special, and he had a tie, like the tie. He took the tie from around his neck and he made the tie dance. And it was so magical to me. And I was always one of those kids who I knew I believed in magic, but I always thought there was something also up the magician's sleeve, and I was always trying to figure out what that thing was. And I remember I watched one skit he did over and over and over again, trying to figure out. I never, ever could. And, so that I used to love watching him when I was a kid, so it's so funny you brought him up.
Yes, and that's what I'm getting exactly, and that's the element I want to give. I mean, most of the time when I do shows, a lot of the times these are people who have been raised before, and so they typically know what to expect. So it's like, now, what do you give them to really give them a lasting impression? That they would never forget. The experience of, wow, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting him to float above the crowd. Just weird stuff. So I'm all into the whole weird, I'm a weird person, so I'm all into that.
And is that the root of the whole extraterrestrial DJ concept? What exactly is that? Who is that character?
Well, okay, now that character, basically, this might go off on a little tangent, but I try not to. I'm a big believer.
Tangent it up.
I'm a huge believer in the fact that we cannot be the only people in this great, big, vast universe. We're not. I'm a huge believer in extraterrestrial life. I'm a huge believer in we're not alone. I'm a huge believer in the fact that they might be living among us today. So, I've always been told that I am a different person. I grew up, was born and raised in Miami, Florida, Dade County. 305 all day long. I was born in the hood, 305, you know what I'm saying? 30 fizzle, but I was always told, but I was always told that when I told them where I grew up at, I was always told that, no, it can't be so. And I was like, yeah, So I was always told that I was from a different planet, not because I carried myself differently, but yeah, or I was just I'm just different, So I took that and ran with it, you know what I mean? And, I've always felt as myself as being an out-of-the-box, free thinker, just, a person that I feel like does not conform to today's society as what is the status quo of artists and stuff. So, I'm not a rebel. I'm not going to rebel against the government or nothing like that. But so that character is a person that, is not from here. I must honestly say, all jokes aside, when that character gets on the decks and starts performing, that I can honestly say that's not even me. It's like a out-of-body experience. It's like something that has really taken over, you know what I mean? And I love that feeling, and that's what music does. So that character is a character who's fearless. He is a unbelievable philosopher, as he uses music and the theory of music, and just all kind of different things that he is. That Johnny Frost, Johnny Boy, John Hitta, whatever you want to call him, all those things is what he is, and I strive to be like him. Now, I know people are probably going to think this dude is really crazy. He's talking as if he has dissociative personality disorder. Well,
no, you're talking like an artist.
Right. Thank you. There you go. I was just going to say, if that is the case, then let it be so. But sometimes you have to put yourself in a different place. Sometimes you have to put yourself in a different place. I mean, I've read, Einstein, Nikola Tesla, these guys, Nostradamus, Leonardo da Vinci, these were guys who were brilliant minds who created things that were way ahead of their time. But if you ever read their, biographies or their autobiographies or, things that was written about them, they were people that had to step outside of their natural humanness, the humanity, the natural humanity, to go to a far-off place mentally to come up with some of the ideas. Nikola Tesla said that the idea he had for alternate current, he saw it in this vision in front of him as he sat in front of a chair. You know, Einstein said he had the theory of relativity just by sitting in his study, and he was just, you know, meditating, just sitting back, relaxed with his eyes closed, and he said he saw the stars. He was traveling through space, and then E equal MC square came to him just like that.
Wow.
So these were guys I really admire. I really admire these guys. Even with, like I say, you know, I'm gonna talk about Dead Mouse. I guess I am a Dead Mouse groupie. I don't care what anybody says, but but I love the fact that he's not afraid to be different. But he's another guy, you know. He has 3-hour sets on YouTube. He has hour, 2 hours, 4 hours of video footage of him making his tracks and going through the sounds. And it's just really amazing because it reminds me when you see other artists, and I've met other artists in the industry before too, and just being backstage with them and having that experience and knowing that, gosh, okay, so I'm not the only one who gets nervous, or I'm not the only one that sits there in the stump trying to figure out, oh my gosh, I got this sound, but I can't quite get it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really awesome to see that with different artists. So that's what makes me me. I just, you know, I love the fact that I can, you know, John Hitta can step outside of John Hitta and become something else for the sake of music, and I enjoy every minute of it.
How do you? So you talked about, you know, these people that you admire and how they can kind of meditate or tap into something else. How do you channel your muse? How do you get into your creative zone? What do you do?
Well, I get some vodka and a couple of other shots of stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Yeah. No, seriously, no. Well, I'm a person, to be honest with you, I'm a person who I very rarely watch TV except for Thursdays, Wednesdays when Empire come on, and I think Monday is Gotham. So, yeah, my TV schedule is a little limited because I'm not really a TV person. If I do watch it, I'm watching, like, you know, this is real history. How I channel it is just, I mean, this is going to sound weird. You know, don't judge me, people. But I actually...
Nobody's listening. It's just between you and me. Ignore all the other people in the room.
Right, exactly. Sometimes I like to sit in a dark room, you know, or sometimes I like to take a walk at night, you know, and it's not because I'm looking for the inspiration, but it's just because it's going to sound strange, you know, but it's like it's meant for me, or it feels right that I do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, like my body's telling me, okay, for example, it's like preparing your junk drive to download files on it. You put the junk drive in, you know you have to put the junk drive in, but the junk drive doesn't know where the files are coming from. You have to direct it. All right. So it's almost like I'm the junk drive, and I'm being directed to sit in my chair or to take a walk. Then automatically I hear these sounds or I get these ideas, you know, and it's almost like divine. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like it's almost like it's quiet, and it's like I'm in a place, and then I come up with ideas. And occasionally, you know, you just think about an ex-girlfriend, and that's real easy to come up with some
some emotion.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, you know, throw a little emotion, throw a little angry house in there, you know. Yeah, so, but yeah, you know, but I like making music.
What does plur mean to you? The whole concept of plur. What does that mean to you?
Peace, love, unity, and respect. It is. It is the main pillars of electronic dance music. If you ever look at these festivals, you know, okay, you know, yeah, everything, just like with hip-hop, just like with, you know, anything, everything is going to have a background. But I've been to hip-hop clubs and I've been to, raves and stuff, and man, people just having a freaking blast dancing. I mean, I've even, you know what, and I know this is going to sound like I'm freaking making this up, but I've even seen people cry when their song come on. Like, it is an atmosphere. I'm the type of guy, I don't always have to be the center of attraction. I love to actually go to other people's events and, like, just get lost in the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like, if it's a great DJ, whether it's like some old school hip-hop, funk, but if you ever look at the videos online from the EDC, Ultra, Coachella, all these different festivals, man, look at the people, man. Look how happy they are. Look at the smile.
Yeah.
Look at the color.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the peace, love, unity, respect, The fact that the music brings people from all over the world. And I'm sorry I'm a little stuff up because I'm getting over a cold, but, it really brings people from all over the world to the one simple place for just 4 hours, 5 days, 3 days of just dancing and sweating and just going in, seeing your favorite DJ, go hard on the turntables. And I mean, that's what it is. And I mean, when you at these events, so third, it all comes from not just the music, but it's a way of life.
Yeah.
And if I had to say what Plur really is, I honestly would say it is the new golden rule.
Peace,
really
love,
is.
unity, and respect. That sounds good to me.
Peace, love, unity, and respect. That's right. And you know what? I'm going to tell you no lie. I've gotten mad love from the EDM community, and I just want to say thank you to them for, supporting me, following me on Facebook, following me on Twitter. The coolest thing I've ever had experience was the fact that I was in Orlando, and I was just having a beer. And, at my favorite bar, with some friends and stuff. And, of course, you see some ladies, and you say hello. And, there's like, one was like, you look familiar or something. I was like, who, me? And she's like, well, what do you do? I said, and I say, I just make a little noise here and there. People tend to like it, I guess, She's like, well, okay. What kind of? I said, well, I'm in the house music. I said, well, why don't you check me out? Here's my fan page. The coolest thing was like, oh, you're John Hitta, because she already liked my page. So that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
That is awesome.
Yeah. So when you get that, that opportunity to have people just come up and they don't know who you are, and I love that mystery of them being behind the mask because. So so when they don't know who you are, but the fact that they could give you an honest opinion without even knowing, like, yo, So that was pretty awesome, and it's really cool that people have been supporting me, and I really appreciate that.
Well, talking about people being supportive and everything, I mean, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. You're black, and not too many, you don't see too many black EDM artists. And so, what did you find was your acceptance into the community, or what expectations, not knowing who you were, what kind of music that you do, what expectations have people tended to put on you, or labels people would try to put on you, or boxes they try to put you in because, you're black, and you don't see that very often.
Right. And the thing is, too, I'm not just black. I'm not even an exotic black. I don't have an Australian accent. I don't have any kind of accent. I'm, like, straight out of Dade County, like, Yeah, I'm not exotic. I'm exotic looking, but I'm not exotic black, unfortunately. Well, you know what? I can tell you one thing. The story behind Lenny Kravitz is a very encouraging story. Because the thing is that here you have a man who, though his parents were famous people, even he could not, break in the way he wanted to as, being, a black artist doing rock music. And he literally had to go overseas and, for him to get the respect back here in the States.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about it is that we started rock music. We started blues. You know, and here's the thing that's going to blow people's mind. Yes, we started house music too. House originated from up north in Chi-Town. It originally started from step music. And the house is just a sped up version of step. That's it.
Huh.
You know, but that's a whole nother story. So, you know, we, you know, have a big influence. Now, yeah, I definitely, I guess, don't really have, you know, the whole skinny Dutchman or Russian look. But the thing is that I don't care what people, you know, think about me. But as a person who is very intelligent, I do understand that you have to if you're trying to be accepted. So what I've done is that brings me back to the whole John Hitta thing, with him being who he is, being an extraterrestrial DJ. That's the whole idea of the mask, because I can tell you right now that I would rather people be more accepting of the whole outfit of John Hitta than the fact that, you know, he's just some dude from Dade County, you know.
Right.
And that matters to me because, you know, instead of being like, wow, this dude's doing things, you know, he's doing some good stuff. You know, he's you know, stepping outside the box. Because I can tell you right now, you know, I'm pretty sure that people look at me differently, even from my own, you know, neighborhood. Like, yo, man, I can't believe, you know. I'm like, look, you do you, I do me. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I love house music. House music.
You love what?
I love house music. House music, you know, EDM just puts me at a place of at peace. You know, like I don't really care. I get inboxed all the time about, you know, craziness. I even get people ask me, well, what do you do again? Are you a rapper? You sing? I'm like, you know, like, no. I mean, you know, do you see a guy with a mask on stage singing except for the Phantom of the Opera? I mean, you know, come on, you know. So I do occasionally ask that question, but I don't, I'm comfortable being me. I love, you know, EDM music, and so far so good. People are very accepting of not just, you know, me as an individual and John Hitta as the character, but they're also accepting to the fact of the music, and the music is, it boils down to that again. You know, it boils down to the music and showmanship. So yeah, and, you know, it doesn't faze me one bit. I don't really care.
Good. How has your music evolved over the years of you doing it, and how would you define it now differently than, you know, when you first were getting started?
Oh man, well, you definitely need to have the influence there. You know, you definitely, but most importantly, you have to learn how to be patient with your music and take your time. Before, you know, I used to think a producer was a person who could just come up with 10 tracks a day, and that's not the case. A producer or a composer is a person that can make an amazing track. You know, each time there's a consistent basis. So it's not the quantity, it's the quality. And if you listen to a lot of my early stuff compared to now, you can hear the difference because I'm taking my time. You know, I'm not in a rush to try to put in 5 albums a year. You know, I'm not in a rush to try to, you know, jump on somebody's house EDM charts or something like that. You know, I'm just making the music to where it's good enough that people will love it. You know, people are feeling it. People are dancing to it. People are seeing it, want more of it. And if I only make one song a year, which is not going to happen, I'm going to make more than that. But I'm just saying, for the dramatics here, okay, if I was only making one song a year, if the crowd love it and they want more, then I'm going to give them more, you know. So that's how I do it. So my music evolved, and I've matured too. And now I have what I call the why. I'm very inspired from just wanting to be, you know, on the center stage of a major festival, to just, you know, having that opportunity to inspire another DJ who is walking a similar journey. You know, I want to be able to. I believe that we're put in situations where we're supposed to be an example for the next generation.
Well, I know that you've taken the opportunity to talk a lot to young DJ Pop Drop, also now known as DJ Alex Arietti. I know you've taken an opportunity to talk to his family and help him out, and yeah, I think that kind of a thing, you know, moving forward with the next generation and helping others and everything is always very, very important thing to do.
Huge fan of his.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. I love that guy, man. He's just, I love that guy. I love his family. I mean, just, oh man, he's amazing. I'd say within people say, oh, when he grows up. No, within the next year, maybe even sooner, this thing is going to be making some major headways, especially, the information I shared with his family. You're going to be seeing a lot of Pop Drop really soon.
I believe it. I believe it. Who has been your influence when you were kind of getting going, and who did you look to get that influence?
You know what? It's funny because one of the few people that I did look to, and I still do right now, is my daughter. My daughter, she's finally harnessed the power of hearing her own voice, so she's not killing me now. So she actually is, she's actually becoming a very good singer, and, she has ideas. But prior to even that, sometimes we get to a place because just honest truth is that, I got friends and stuff, but sometimes, I can tend to be eccentric, I could be a little standoffish. So when I'm looking for something, I try to look inward because the only person that really is going to be there when everything else fails is going to be you,
Right.
So, but I do have special people, that, now that I know, they accepted me and they know what kind of person I am to give me my, just because I might not be smiling, because I am a person who loves to smile. But just because I'm not smiling doesn't mean I'm like having the worst day ever. So I'm a weird person, and so my daughter would probably be one of the.
Well, why do you think we get along?
Right. Yeah, see, it takes a weirdo to know a weirdo, man. Let me tell you, we don't like it when other people call us weird, though. When somebody else calls us weird, man, we can talk about their mother, look at your clothes, like who you think you are. Yeah, but I gotta madly say now in this next era in my life, and as far as with with me taking the journey, I've been looking so far to the fans, and I gotta honestly admit I gotta give mad shouts out to KVJ Nation for just really, it's like every time I tweet something is being retweeted. People are liking it, people are seeing it. And, Hitta Nation, Facebook. Just now I look to them because they're the ones who's letting me know what they want to hear or what they like about it. And that helps build the foundation for the next stuff, that I'm going to put out. So now I look to the people. I am the people's person. I used to call myself the people's champ back in the day as a DJ and as a radio DJ. And so I like that. And I every bit of the people's champ still to this day, because I love looking to the people. I want to give the people what they want.
Yeah. What was different between your relationship with the people, with the public, with fans, now as you're in what you're doing now with EDM music versus back in your days as a radio DJ? What's that relationship different with people who are ultimately listening to you now versus then? What was being a radio DJ like?
It's kind of like being in a marriage and all of a sudden your wife decides to tell you, I'm leaving you for a woman. It's like, huh? It's like, it's like, yeah, exactly. See, it's a shock and awe factor. being a radio DJ back in the day for hip hop and R&B stage, for a couple actually. That fan base was at the time was built up on, being on the air, being out there in the field, doing events, hosting, open mics, all that other stuff. And the problem I found with it, one, I wasn't happy because that's not really what I wanted to do. But what I was happy about is the fact that, it's music, and I love trying to give people opportunity. And then two is just that with the fans now, it's like, okay, we was digging him, we supported him, but now he's going to do an EDM music. Those are the old fans. So it's I can't even, I probably couldn't even ask them to give me CPR if I was dying. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
So, I'm keeping it real, and that's why, I use Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as not just a way to put it out there of what's going on in my life and as far as like music-wise, but to show people my journey, show people like, hey, I too am on Reverb Nation, but I'm getting the most out of it because I'm maximizing it. I am too using TuneCore. I am too using all these different things that is giving me an opportunity to have a platform, and it has helped tremendously. And I must honestly say, since I've done EDM, my fan base grew. It might sound like a weird number, but that's the only way I can explain it. It grew almost 500%.
Wow.
I went from having a fan base of pretty much close to 5,000 to now I have a fan base of almost 25,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's just fans who actually like Facebook, like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all these other different weird sites that I can't even remember right off the bat. But but the funny thing is, now they see my see my success, or they probably see my ad somewhere. It was on the MTV website. Oh, John Hitta pops up, so the talk is being made about who I am and what I'm doing, and then I get the inbox. Hey man, what's up, man? Hey, can I hit you up for some advice? Can you come out? Can you DJ for us? Like, ooh, no, I'm not gonna do it. So it's unfortunate. It is the new fans and the old fans are literally different as night and day. But then I have these other people, who I really can't call my fans. I gotta call them family, because these guys stuck with me from day one, and they still lean and rock with me till this day. That's why when they ask me to, do something along the lines of, hip hop, I would do it for them because they do something along the lines. I mean, they just really been supportive, for me, and I give them mad shout outs. I got to give shout out to G-Fam Music Group, Ace Entertainment. Those guys, we all grew up in the 305, lean and rock with me from day one. And I got to give mad shouts out to them, man. And these guys, they're doing their thing, on the hip-hop side, between, Slave Child and Young Gutter, going up there, performing up in Boston, doing their tours, coming back down to Florida. Ace Entertainment getting ready to do a show with Bone Thugs and Harmony, do a big concert with them. So also, these guys, I love seeing the sincere people become successful. And these people were sincere. I could have been doing like country music, and these guys would have probably like, yeah, man, So
they're just very supportive. That's cool. What I know you're also delving into some diverse projects. Tell us about What's the Move.
Oh yeah, well, What's the Move is that is diverse. Yeah, What's the Move is it's an edutainment show. Basically, I'm like I say again, I'm from South Florida, and the beautiful thing about South Florida has so much to offer. Okay, it's so much other than beaches and clubs, And What's the Move is ultimately answered the question, like, what's the move for a Friday night or a Saturday or whatever. And basically, the show is going to be airing on WBEC 19 and 63. Okay, it's going to be shown to over 5 to 9 million viewers. Okay, it's supposed to be one of the greatest radio personalities that ever blessed us here in South Florida, Tamron G. Man, and she's like a big sister to me. Oh, I love her to death, man. Yeah, I love her. Let me get those thoughts out. But yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, you know, she's my homie. She knows I joke with her like that. That's my homie right there. But yeah, just, you know, I love family, you know, and you know, South Florida has so much history to offer, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to go on to different places you might be familiar with, like it's a tradition down here in South Florida to go to, excuse me, the Dade County Youth Fair exposition. Some people don't even know that the Dade County Youth Fair is more than just rides. Sometimes they have a circus, they have concerts, they have all kind of great things going on out there. I mean, Second Saturdays in Wynwood, the Coral Castle down south. So, man, there's just so many things you can do.
And what's the move is aimed at, like, showcasing it? Showcasing these different places?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Aimed at showcasing it. It's educational, too, because there's going to be some educational background. See, a lot of people don't know the Youth Fair was started with FIU, and we're going to give information on how it first got started and what was it all about, you know. A lot of people don't know the history behind the Coral Castle. It's very mysterious, built by one guy who was 5 feet 2, 90 pounds. Okay.
No kidding.
So, yes. And so there's so many cool things, right? And then there's a great place to eat. A lot of people don't know that, you know, Miami, we have our own pizza. You know, our own style of pizza that originated on South Beach at a place called Pizza Rustica.
Pizza Rustica.
Okay.
Yep, gotta love it.
That's my favorite spot, you know. So, you know, so that's what we're ultimately going to do. We're going to, you know, tap into, you know, or, you know, not necessarily tap into, but just reintroduce, I should say, you know, South Florida again. You know,
so it sounds like you're very... Oh, sorry. I just was going to say, it sounds like you're very proud to be from South Florida, and I know that you also have this opportunity coming up where you hope to represent South Florida as an act for the Hard Rock Rising competition. If you want to tell people about that, that sounds super exciting.
I am truly excited. Hard Rock Rising, let me tell you, I'm truly excited about that because ultimately, you know, it's an opportunity to perform in front of 60,000 people in Barcelona, Spain, which I love.
Amazing.
Barcelona. Amazing place. Get back there, see some flamenco, get some nice charred chicken. Oh, that's a whole other show. No, you talk about food all day long. But, yeah, you know, Hard Rock Rising, it's really cool that Hard Rock is who brings you great acts like, you know, Prince and, you know, legendary people like the OJs, Earth, Wind & Fire. You know, these are people that, you know, Hard Rock book, you know, at various different hotels around the world. And to be considered for an opportunity is amazing to me. I mean, I never forgot when I first got the email from Hard Rock, from the Hard Rock Rising program, and I'm looking at it like, okay. So ultimately, I was excited. I couldn't even move out my seat. I was just like sitting there with like mouth wide open, like, oh yes. And what I like about it too is that it ultimately have given me an opportunity to network with other artists who have been chosen for Hard Rock Rising too. So we've been cross promoting back and forth, and because I feel elite, I feel like I'm amongst the elite artists of indie artists. Now, all of us are not even signed, okay? So that was one of the main rules by Hard Rock. We could not be signed to anybody. So to talk to other independent artists, I was talking to a guy over in England just the other day. You know, we was talking about possibly doing a collaboration. So, you know, it's really awesome and I'm a fan of their music, man. I mean, if I had to compare it to somebody, I would definitely say they sound like Coldplay. Those guys, I mean, independent, unsigned, like, I'm like, OMG. And I cannot wait to meet these guys, you know. So
how does the contest run? How does that work?
I'm sorry?
How does the contest work? How do people vote for you and stuff?
All right, well, ultimately what has to happen is that in order to get there, it's just like American Idol. It's just that we don't have to try out or anything like that, but we have to get votes. And that ultimately is the goal, to get votes, to get my fans to vote, to get people to vote. And what you would have to do, is on my site, I do have right at www.reverbnation.com/John Hitta. There's a big, huge hard rock banner like right there. You can click on it to vote for me. If you follow me on Twitter, DJ John Hitta.
Just to repeat it one more time, make sure everybody heard it. It was reverbnation.com/John Hitta. John Hitta, JOHNHITTA.
That's correct.
And then you're on Twitter at DJ John Hitta. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, and you know, so and then you could go to.
Sorry, your phone was breaking up a little bit. I wanted to make sure everyone could hear it.
Can you hear me now?
No, not really. It's actually a little bit worse.
All right. What about now? Can you hear me?
That's a little better. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Because it sounds like it's breaking up on both ends. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up pretty bad, unfortunately. But you're breaking up pretty bad. But I'll say if people can go to reverbnation.com/John Hitta, JOHNHITTA, and vote for him by clicking on the Hard Rock Rising banner there. He's also on Twitter at DJ John Hitta, and you can find the link there as well to vote for him. And basically it starts off as a regional competition. I think he's competing against other people in the Orlando area or right now, or the South Florida area. And then once whoever wins that moves on to the bigger competition, and that winner gets to play on the stage at Hard Rock Rising in Barcelona, Spain. And it's a really exciting opportunity as a South Florida DJ for him to get to go and represent, you know, what we are trying to do here. Gain more credibility for our musicianship and our artistry that has been birthed in the South Florida area. And DJ John Hitta certainly comes from that. So any way that the listeners can to help you out and vote, it's like the easiest process ever. It's just click to vote and you're done. I know I voted and tried to vote more than once, but it won't let me. But anyway.
Right. There's no cheating in this one. This is fair and square. So, you know, my mom cannot just, like, my mom and my dad just can't, like, go and, like pay them to click all day long, you know? So
right.
You know, that's what I love about it. It's a true test of the fan base, and I love it.
So one more question as we wrap up here, and I wanted to ask you kind of an odd one. I know that aside from music, one of the other things you love to do is to cook. So what's your favorite thing to cook?
Everything. Everything. Dude, like, if you give me something to cook, I will cook it. Like, from alligator turtle to making some amazing lasagna to making the most amazing, you know, fried pork Rio. Oh man, one of my favorite fun foods to cook is green plantains. I love cooking green.
Oh, so good. That's one of my favorites too.
Really,
I love that stuff. Oh yeah.
Put a little lime juice on it and call it a day.
So good. So good. So, yeah, and are you good at doing that whole trick of, like, you can open the fridge and just see what's in there and randomly pull out some stuff and make something happen?
I'm that guy.
Oh,
I'm
that's
totally
awesome.
that guy.
So you can pull out random stuff and make it happen both in the kitchen and on the turntables.
Exactly. I'm like MacGyver of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Just give me an old stick of bubble gum, some grease, and a cockroach leg, and let me see what I can do with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you taste that one. Taste test that one, and all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know your phone's breaking up quite a bit, and I think it's been almost an hour. I'm not really sure, but thank you so much for your time today. I know you're super busy. I know you definitely have that Hard Rock Rising competition to promote, and I know you're making some more music. So thank you so much for your time, and we'll look to find you around town. Oh,
hey, thank you so much.
On iTunes, SoundCloud, and Reverb Nation, right?
That's absolutely correct. Matter of fact, iLight is available on iTunes. It's been getting a lot of buzz right now. You've probably been seeing it all over the place. So,
yeah, I love that. It's a good one.
Yes, and we got Light Years coming out again really soon, and hopefully iLight is going to be the one we're shooting the video for. We want to shoot it. We want to try to keep it as guerrilla as possible. So awesome. I can't wait to do that. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, you have yourself an awesome rest of your day.
Thank you so much. You do the same. Thank you, Curve the Cube, and thank you, Curve the Cube fans.
Oh yeah. Hey, you wanna sign off the podcast? I almost forgot. You wanna sign it off?
Yo, you know what? Yes, I can sign off now. This is John Hitta, a.k.a. the People's Champ, DJ Johnny Boy, signing off with Curve the Cube. Is your curve cube curve?
All right.
I'm teasing, but look, I love Curve the Cube. I love listening to your show as well. I'm a fan.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. No, it's so cool that you want to start. Yeah, but wait, by the way, all the music beds that you hear on every episode are coming from this man. So they're all little samplings of tapes of his music. So if you like that, go check out the rest of the stuff. Right.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, John.
That's right. Yeah, you're welcome. You have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You have successfully curved the cube.